Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. That's a quote from Henry Ford. I feel that describes my topic perfectly. On October 30th of this year, a meeting between Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and President of Council Donald Tusk and President of the European Commission Jean-Claude Juncker. Their purpose? To sign the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, or CETA. And in case you didn't know, this is significant to us and our country. Free trade with 28 countries can make a huge difference in our economy. CETA will eliminate tariffs on 98% of trade goods, up from 25 previously. Include this with our already free trade agreements with the United States and Mexico. We're pretty set. That makes us a prime location for corporations and businesses to make Canada headquarters to access all the free trade and markets. Now let me get a little bit more in depth how this impacts us. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays. What do a lot of us do? Drink. We drink liquor, and any guesses for where we import most of our liquor? Europe. We get half of our wine and spirits from Europe, which is quite a huge number. Because of CETA, we will be able to get these desirables duty-free, and should result in cheap prices in stores as well. We also get a lot of food imported from European countries. Do you know right now Canada is allowed to buy up to 13,000 tons of cheese in a year? Well, guess what? It's going to be over doubled to 29,000. I thought a lot of people would like that. As soon as the ratification process is over, we can purchase up to 29,000 tons of cheese. Because who doesn't like cheese? Except those who are lactose intolerant, but we will not talk about that. Because cheese. And in case you're wondering what about our dairy farmers, there are clauses in CETA that compensate our dairy farmers in case of a loss. So that's good for them. Also, speaking of food, and on to the other parts of cow, pork and bison, the red meat market is estimated to bring in approximately $1 billion more than it previously has, exported to Europe. And the food is not the only focus of the agreement. It also includes intellectual property and drugs. This can mean the next big thing since penicillin in Canadian medicine. Patents restricted us previously on what we could use, but now all of that is off the table, and we're free to share information back and forth. This is supposed to speed up our research by 2 years. And then we won't have to rely on generic brands anymore. We get access to the European drugs, and they become cheaper. Speaking of jobs, like segue, CETA is estimated to create 80,000 jobs across Canada and 30,000 alone in Ontario. This is due to Canada being, aforementioned, a prime location for business and corporations, allowing them to take advantage of huge markets with free trade. Not even the states have access to the free trade with Europe. Altogether, Canada is looking to be bringing in an estimated $12 billion more than we previously have through importing through Europe. Now, CETA is not final. It's almost got vetoed, actually. French-speaking Belgians were against it until Thursday. They had a meeting and where they finally turned their vote. The EU needed a unanimous 28 out of 28 nations to say yes to pass. And the only reason Belgium passed it is because they requested a clause to be able to veto in future ratification meetings, which could still take a few years to go through, but it's a start, and it's better than nothing.